This is TWiT.
A big victory for Google in a right to be forgotten case. I'm sure, Jeff, you thought, well, there's some good news out there.
This was good news this week. Yeah, I mean, it's not 100% good news, but it's good news all around. There were two big right to be forgotten cases, but the most visible one was countries trying to say that we can demand that you take down stuff worldwide, which is to say that we would end up with the lowest common denominator internet if it's Turkey or Iran or Hungary or pick your country you don't like for what they're doing these days in an authoritarian government, could demand that things be taken down around the world. And the Europe's court said no. It can be taken down throughout the EU, and they're trying to say that the platforms have to work very hard to make sure that you discourage people from going to make an American search to get around it. But it recognized freedom of expression. It recognized that one nation should not control the speech of the world. And I think it was a critically important moment.
Good. Yeah, it only makes sense. I mean, Christ, if Google had to delete, posts because the French said, "Oh, that's wrong," all over the world, that would would no longer be a useful.
And meanwhile, the other thing that happened, I think, just before we came on, was that Europe's copyright directive, which I hate, which is old industries going for protectionism, requiring two things. One, it's a link tax that if you want to put a snippet up, you're supposed to pay the publisher or the creator. And number two is copyright protection, supposedly. So France is the first country, of course, to implement this. And Google is refusing to pay publishers for their content. Google will only put up a snippet, a preview, which you're going to want online. They're only going to put it up if the publisher says, okay, you can do that for free. If not, they're going to put up nothing but the link itself. And guess who's going to get hurt there? Idiot publishers. Guess. Idiot publishers.
Stupid.
And the public, because if you want to see more sources for news and you want to see more things and more sampling, so it's just stupid all around. But these protectionist industries that think that the way to, I was at, full disclosure, I was at Google Newsgeist in Cartagena over the weekend, where we pay our own expenses, but they buy the food and the booze, of which there's plenty. And I sat in a room again with editors and one or two publishers, and I said, I sat in a similar room in the European event a few months ago, and the publishers are going off thinking this is going to save them. If we could just hurt Google, that'll save us. We'll be okay again, which is just absolutely mind-exploding, insane. Protectionism doesn't work. It's not. It creates no value. But they're all using their political clout. As I said last week on the show, in my very long medium dystopia of dystopians, I think this all goes to a bad place. But we saw some protection from the platforms. In both cases, Google fought against the copyright directive making them pay for content, which would hurt the entire web. And Google fought against erasing history. So good on Google.
Yes.